Hello and welcome to this special edition of North Penn's Finest. My name is Ted Heller, the host of the show. We have a special presentation for you this evening. We have two award-winning ensembles going to perform for you this evening. We're also going to take a look at some of the staff members and do some interviews of some of the members as well. And finally, at the end of the program, we're going to do a senior recognition. Right now, I'd like to introduce to you the award-winning visual ensemble and their director, Mr. Brian Stout. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to the North Penn High School Visual Ensemble. Joining me now is one of the associate directors of the Visual Ensemble, Mr. Bill Anders. Unfortunately, the director of the Visual Ensemble, Brian Stout, who I might add is a North Penn graduate, right now is involved with drum corps down in Atlanta, Georgia. So he couldn't be here with us tonight, so I've asked Bill Anders, one of his assistants, to come out and join me. First of all, Bill, what can you tell me? That was an amazing show, first of all.
Well, thank you very much.
Is it typical that all high schools are on that level? Are we just...
Not at all, no. Hundreds of high schools compete in the circuit that we were just competing in last weekend, which is Winter Guard International, WGI. And out of the hundreds, there are only 20 that compete in the class that we compete in.
Okay. Are there higher classes, or is that the highest?
No, we were at the most difficult level that you can be in that circuit.
Okay, and what place did you take?
This year we took 20th. We had a bit of a rough season, but again, to be at that level is and to be able to get through it and make it entertaining is still, I think, quite an accomplishment.
I agree with you. Tell me something about the show. How was the music chosen?
A process, of course, as always. Pretty much all the staff got together. This was in the fall, October, November, before anything had started. We sat down. We all brought CDs. Just started throwing tunes on. Just happened that Brian Stout actually came across this one particular piece by Ron Nelson, and we all got a good listen to it and really liked it, thought that we could do something with it, and there it was. Then it's just a matter of cutting it and making it work for us.
Tell me some of the highlights. Do you have any highlights of the season?
Well, we compete in a number of what they call regionals, which means the kids we get a little road trip out of it. We took a trip up to Boston, the Boston area, also Rochester, New York area, which is always fun, just to kind of get away, bond, as they say.
Okay.
And those were definitely rewarding experiences.
Okay, Bill, I want to thank you for joining us.
Not a pleasure.
Now behind us, they're in a transition. These floor mats have to get taken off, and we're going to change some of the props around. Right now, I'll try and find two people to join me. What is it like to be involved in North Penn High School Visual Ensemble?
It's very hard. Like, you have to put in so much time for practice, and when you get there, like, you have to keep moving the whole time. You can never stop, but like, we love it. If we didn't love it, we wouldn't come to all these practices. So overall, it's just so much fun.
Sally, what are you going to get out of this experience when you graduate?
Oh, so much. I've made so many friends, and I don't know, it's just like responsibility, a lot of that.
This is Sally Meldon. Did we mention that? This is
Yes.
Sally Meldon.
Thanks.
And what grade are you in?
I'm a senior.
Any plans? What are your plans right now for next year?
Next year, I'm actually planning on trying out for an independent World Guard.
Okay.
Yes.
I meant kind of college. Are we
I'm
going to do
taking
any?
off for a year
Okay.
to work and stuff. So,
Okay, great.
Yeah.
What about your plans? Do you have any plans?
Yeah, I'm going to NYU next year.
Great. And your major? Do you have any?
Hopefully, dramatic literature.
Okay. Tell me, did you have any highlights for the season?
Going to Dayton.
Yeah, even though we had like the best show of the whole year, we really tried our hardest, and everyone performed. And when we got off the floor, it felt great.
Now, have you both been involved in this for all your years at the high school?
I was in the Marching Knights for all 3 years, but I was only in the visual ensemble for 11th and 12th grade.
Okay. And how about yourself?
I've been in it all 3 years, indoor and outdoor.
And you've gotten a lot out of it?
Yeah.
A lot of good memories, I hope?
Oh yeah, I can remember back to sophomore year and still remember all the good things.
Well, I want to thank you for joining me, and congratulations on a fabulous season.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you
Thank you.
very much. Up next, we're going to try and find some parents. If you come with me, follow me.
Now's the time.
Now, your name is?
My name is Terry Housel.
And why are you here this evening?
Well, my daughter is in 10th grade. Oops, my daughter's in 10th grade, and she's in the indoor guard.
Okay. Your name?
My name is Gene Williamson. I have a daughter, Dawn Williamson, in the guard, and she's a senior.
Okay. You've been involved in this program for a couple of years. What have you gotten out of it as a parent?
Oh, I have a lot of fun with the kids, watching them mature and grow from basically adolescents into young adults.
Okay. Terry, what about yourself? What have you gotten out of it?
Weight-bearing exercise, stress management, health crises. No, I've gotten a lot out of it.
I'm going to move this program. This is almost like live. Okay, Gene, you've traveled with the outdoor program. You've done also the indoor. What's the difference between the two programs for you as a parent?
Basically, for me, there hasn't been that much difference. I'm the equipment driver, or one of them, for the outdoor program, and I've done the same thing as the indoor. We move the stuff, we take it from show to show, and when it's done, we bring it home.
Terry, what about yourself?
I usually work as a nurse for both indoor and outdoor. I think outdoor has more of a propensity for injuries, whereas indoor, you don't get as many injuries, but you still have to be careful for that.
Now let's clarify injuries. They're not life-threatening. We're talking about
they're not life-threatening, but there's sprains involved.
Okay.
Bruises. I mean, you get hit with equipment and that kind of stuff.
I want to thank you both for joining me. What we're going to do, we're going to take a little break. When we come back, we're going to have the award-winning North Penn High School Percussion Ensemble. Stay tuned.
Chemistry class led me to a life of crime. I catch murderers, rapists, and thieves with a microscope. Help your daughter become a scientist. Instead of a tea set, get her a chemistry set. Look at the boring job I got from being a science nerd. Expect the best from a girl. That's what you'll get.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to North Penn's Finest again. My name is Ted Heller, your host. First of all, we've already watched the visual ensemble. Up next is the award-winning percussion ensemble. Right, you need to know we have a live wired audience. If you turn around, can you turn and get some of these people, make sure they are wired tonight, ladies and gentlemen. What you're about to see and hear is, again, another award-winning team. They went to Dayton, Ohio for the WGI Championships. In the highest level of competition, they competed against many other high school ensembles. This unit took 7th place overall in the country. So now it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you, under the direction of Mr. Rich Hammond. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the North Penn High School Percussion Ensemble.
Kandinsky's revolutionary approach to painting decrees literal representation. He emphasized instead the importance of pure form, motion, rhythm, and the artist's inner need in expressing reality. dusk fell, when suddenly I saw a painting of indescribable beauty. A painting imbued with great inner glowing. I only saw forms and colors, and whose content was incomprehensible. It was one of my own paintings, leaning on its side against the wall, awash with fading light from the sun. Here I had the impression that painting itself comes to the foreground. I wondered if it would not be possible to go further in this direction. To take art to its most minimalistic elements is to find the proto-element of creation. Painting is a collision of different worlds, destined to create a new world, in and from the struggle with one another. A new world, which is the work of arts. The creation of works of arts is the creation of the world. After further study, it was revealed to me that the object harmed my paintings. And so the question came up, what should replace the object? Perhaps inner necessity. There is no must in art, because art is free. Painting has a voice. We have only to listen.
Joining me now is the director of the North Penn High School Percussion Ensemble, in his first year, I might add, doing a fantastic job. This is Rich Hammond. Rich, first of all, congratulations on a fantastic season. My question for you is, where did you kind of come out and develop a show like that?
When I found the music, I thought it would work out really well for percussion.
What is this music, if you can tell us?
The music is by John Adams. He's an American composer. It's a minimalistic approach to music.
What is the piece that they performed?
It's called Chairman Dances.
Okay.
And it was written for an opera called Nixon in China.
Rich, can you take, I don't know if you can get behind Rich, but there's these blocks on the floor. Can you explain what the blocks do?
They use the blocks for the visual purpose of the floor, so they can have kind of make a grid on the floor between the seams that are going this way and the blocks going towards the back of the floor. They can make a grid so they know where they're at on the floor.
Why do they use floor mats?
It helps.
And do all high schools use floor mats?
Most of the lines that we compete against use a floor mat. It helps set the ambiance of the show, and as you can see, the whole floor is white, so it really adds to when we bring color out and stuff like that.
Tell me about some of the highlights of the season.
I guess our biggest highlight was that we were much more competitive in the WGI arena this year, and I guess you consider us one of the big boys in WGI, and hopefully through time we're going to be more competitive and the kids will get stronger.
Tell me about the competition day itself. What is that day like?
Competition day, we usually stay at a hotel. We usually get there the night before, and then we perform. Usually at night we have rehearsal. During the day for about 3 to 4 hours, and then we go back to the hotel, get food, go to the show, warm up, and then we do our performance for the evening.
Great. I want to thank you for coming out. I want to congratulate you on a great season.
Thank you.
Good luck next year.
Thanks.
Okay. Next up, we want to interview two of the student members. So we can have two people come on over and join me. First of all, introduce yourselves, please.
I'm Jess Pront.
Emily Cox.
Jess, what year are you?
I'm a senior.
And Emily?
Senior.
Why would you do something like this? Who wants to take that? Jess, you take it.
I got started doing it because I did outdoor my sophomore year, and everyone always told me how awesome indoor was, and you have to do indoor, and you have to do indoor. And I started doing it, and I haven't stopped. I'm addicted to it.
Can you explain what outdoor is? I don't know if our audience really...
Outdoor percussion is with the marching band, and you play in the pit, and you have horns and woodwinds, and it's just kind of what you see on the field at halftime.
Okay. Emily, you've done the outdoor as well. What's the difference between doing an indoor show and the outdoor show?
In indoor, it's more focused on the percussion because it's only percussion and the pit, and I think it makes it more fun because you get better music, whereas in outdoor, they use most of the music for the horn players because they're the main focus because they're out on the field, but for indoor, we get the good music.
Okay. Jess, tell me about some of the highlights for this year for you.
Some of the highlights, wow. I'd have to say the road trips were a highlight because it's neat to go out and see what people, other than just people in like Pennsylvania, are doing.
What about your road trips? Tell me, where did you go for these road trips?
We went to a regional in New England, near Boston, Massachusetts. We did a regional in Rochester, New York, and we did WGI finals in Dayton, Ohio.
Emily, what did you think about the show this year?
I liked it a lot. I know when we first got it, we all thought it was going to be really difficult to play, and as it progressed, it got to be a really nice show, and we all like it a lot.
Okay. What are your plans for next year?
Next year, I'm going to Penn State to be a photo major and hopefully keep doing music somehow.
And Emily, your plans?
Going to University of Delaware. I'm not really sure what my major is.
I want to congratulate you both for a great season, and I want to wish you lots of luck next year on the way to college, okay? Next, we're going to try and get some parents to join me. Your name?
Bev Moore.
Okay. And your name?
Charlotte Cleary Flood.
Bev, how many years well, tell me about your child. You obviously have a child in the program.
Right. My son's Michael. He's been in, this is his second year in drumline, and he's been in marching nights for 2 years.
Let me ask you this question. What will your son get out of this experience?
He has taken a lot out of this. A lot of dedication, sacrifice. They learn to work together, they cooperate. It's quite a commitment, and people don't realize the time and energy that's put into a program such as this.
Charlotte, what about yourself? What about your son?
My son is Michael, and he's a tenor player. He's been in marching nights for the last 2 years, and this is his second year in the indoor percussion. I feel as though it's really been a wonderful experience for him. I agree with Bev as far as what the kids are getting out of this program. It's just a marvelous program.
Bev, when you talk about commitment, what is the commitment for a parent to be involved? What are your responsibilities as a parent?
To make sure that he can keep up with his schoolwork, that's my first priority. To maintain the practice schedule that's involved with this, and to make sure that he's here on practice in a timely fashion.
And what about yourself?
For myself, this is my first year of really being involved with the kids. I traveled on 3 of the trips to Rochester, New Bedford, and Dayton, and it was an absolutely marvelous experience. The dedication of these children is just amazing, and it was truly a very good experience for my son and myself.
What did you get out of the show this year? Did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed it immensely, yes. I thought it was a very good show. The kids enjoyed the theme behind it, and it was just a very high, energetic show.
Okay. What about yourself? What did you think?
Same thing. It was a very technical show, which put them in a different level, I think, of competition, major commitment to being right on track with exactly what they're doing and knowing where to be at the right time and to perform at their best.
Thank you very much for being with us here. Your both sons are both juniors.
Yes.
Wish them lots of luck next year in the marching band program and in the indoor program.
Thank you.
Coming up next, we're going to bring this to an end, and we're also going to feature our seniors for a senior recognition moment. We'll be right back.
There's no ways out. It's impossible.
Actually, Coach, it's not. See, Jimmy had to travel a distance of 90 feet. He reached an average speed of 15 miles.
If academic standards are important to you, call 1-800-38-BE-SMART for a free booklet and be a big league parent.
Before we head out of here, I want to recognize our senior members. When I call your name, please come forward. This is both visual and percussion ensemble. The 4 members of the visual ensemble: Lindsay Kleba, Dawn Williamson, Sally Meldon, and Allison LaFleur. Our senior members of the percussion ensemble, joining me on this side: Emily Kopp, and Rothia Blasco. Rothia. All of you need to know, Rothia is an exchange student from which country?
Spain.
She has joined us from Spain for 1 year. She did the outdoor program, she did the indoor. Senior member Jess Prowan. John Collins. Sandra Durstein. Nicole Jansen. Annette Rebholz. Megan LaFleur. Jill Malak. Christy Zabrowski. And Brian Bushman. Our senior members of both groups, hope you had a great time. I want to thank you for North Penn Television. My name is Ted Heller. I hope you had a great time. We'll see you next time on North Penn's Finest. Get a shot of your audience on your way out of here for a thanks for being a great crowd. Out.
To do what Smokey says.
Only you.
No, you don't play with matches. That's not cool. Tell mom and dad to break them, stomp them. Yeah, that's the rule.
Only you can prevent forest fires.